Yo, I'm back alive again, somewhat, and welcome along to Formula Sundays, Season 6, I believe, round, I can't remember, to be honest, 6 or something. And this is Brazil. Right now we're on board on my first, I believe, hot lap in the qualifying session. As you can see, it's intermediate conditions. It is forecasted to get better by the end of this session, but we're still circulating around on the intermediate tyres. I actually lied to you, it's not my first hot lap, but it is my best hot lap, I believe, or one of the best hot laps I had. I can't talk anyway. But yeah, Brazil, coming to this race, I had no clue as per usual how the pace is like. Brazil is one of my least favourite. Yeah, so we're just trying to talk to Jeff and see how the weather is going to look like come the end of this session. But yeah, Brazil is definitely not my favourite track, or nowhere near being my favourite track on this game, and intermediate conditions, wet conditions, not making it any better. Pace-wise in the try, I think we are competitive-ish. Pace-wise, we're looking at top 5. Race pace wise, so not all is lost, but yeah, right now we're on board with my best lap in this session, because I'm not gonna lie, it didn't try enough for us to get a competitive lap time on the soft tires. Strategy in here is a one-stop soft to hard, or that's the plan anyway, but I mean, anything can happen in league races. We are about half a second up on our previous best time. We did make a couple of mistakes on the lap as it went on, but we're still looking decent. We are not double purple. Do not let it, don't think that I'm that fast in inters, but we are improving. We're like 3 and a bit tenths up on our best time as we're going to the end of this lap. We are asking Jeff to box at the end of this particular lap, and this lap put us up to P4. So not the best, not the worst. And yeah, now as you can see, we're on soft tires. I actually didn't make it to the line either, but the track, I could tell, was not dry enough to go for a push lap on soft tires. But that doesn't really matter. We are P4 on the grid. Our teammate is 6th. Second row, as you can see, or as you could see. So not all is lost. We're now on the grid for the Brazilian Grand Prix, waiting for the light to come on right about now. They are starting to build up for now 5 red lights. They're out, and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix here in Formula Sunday Elite. We get a awful start as per usual with us, Jack's a foe, and even our teammate is trying to get away past Inferno, no, Curse in the Ferrari. I'm mixing Inferno up with another league. He's trying to get past us around the outside, but we blocked that. We are down 1 place. And as I've always said, first lap, it doesn't really matter if you lose 1 or 2 positions. Just minimal time loss. Try to, keep the car in one piece. And that's, if you manage that, then you've got a successful lap 1. But we are now P5. As I said, race pace-wise, we are looking at top 5. But I don't get what it was. Like, was it a setup issue or something? I don't get it, because as you're about to see, or not about to see right now, but as you will see as the race goes on, I am super slow on the straights. My downforce levels are similar to the cars around me. They're like 4.7 or 2.7, something like that, I can't remember exactly. So, like, my downforce levels, my wings, are not too dissimilar to the cars around me. Like, everyone is running similar downforce, similar wings. But I am really slow on the straights. Like, as you can see, I was rich mix and overtake on this straight. We even run out of ERS for this lap, and the Ferrari is attacking us. We are a sitting duck on the straight line, and we have to defend round that side of the Senna S. This could end horribly, horribly wrong, as it will, as you will see in a few laps time. We are still left to defend from the Ferrari behind, who I did not expect we'd even have to fight this race. But we are left fighting now we cut to the end of lap 2. We are side by side yet again with Kurtzer. We are a sitting duck, as I said, on the straight line. I don't get what it is, but we're so slow on the straights. I am running a dry setup. I did not put a wet setup on because I saw in the qualifying that race will be dry. So this is not a wet setup fault. We are still left defending against this Ferrari. We try round the outside of turn 4. We are still side by side. It's great battling, I have to give him that. But I just couldn't get it. I felt good in the middle sector. I was so slow on the straights. But yeah. And now, as you're about to see, we are now going to the end of lap 3, beginning of lap 4. We are getting attacked yet again, and we have to defend rather outside of the Senna S yet again. And as you're about to see, we have made contact. It was, I don't want to say inevitable, because I think we're both good enough drivers to avoid contact, but, well, we had a bit of a crash. So we are minus a front left end plate. You can see on the mirrors, Kurza spins our teammate round as well. I don't think it was Kurza's fault, to be honest. Crew had no business down inside in there. So we are now pitting at the end of lap 4. Keep in mind, usually you have to pit around lap 9 to get hard tires to the end, but we are having to fix our front wing and trying to take this hard tires to the end from lap 4. It's a massive, massive task to ask from these hard tires, and if we want to pull this off, we need to be super cautious on these tires. And as you know me, or if you know me, I am awful at tire saving, and even Jeff is like not putting any belief in me. He's saying like, yeah, one stop left. At this time, I'm like, if I want to have any chance at getting points with this race, I have to get these tires to the end of the race. I didn't think I could pull it off, but that was the plan. We go from lap 5 to lap 11, because till this point, we were in the middle of nowhere. We were lost of, the cars we were still running. Kurtz is now pitting and exiting pits on the new hard tires. This is the point of the race where you can get hard to the end, not lap 4. But we are giving it a go anyway. We are now 11th, going to a few laps forwards, lap 15, going to lap 16. A few cars are exiting the pits as we speak. Goranda and Jaxafo, we are not fighting them this race anymore, yes, anyway. But yeah, if we could get this tires to the end, we are looking at decent points, but that's a massive if. We have 3 cars in the pits, or 4 cars, you can't see on the minimap exactly. 3 cars exiting the pits now in the pits, and that is for leadership position. We are now up to P8 in this race. In the midfield, our race pace was decent. Like, I think we were top of the midfield, or near enough top of the midfield. On the hard tires, like, I really loved hard tires around this track. I don't know why, but I had so consistent pace on the hards in here, and quick consistent pace. And I thought, like, if I can get this tires to the end, we are looking at like still P6 finish or something like that. As we're now going to lap 20, we are still P8, and yeah, at this point I'm still thinking we could get these tires to the end, because like 17 laps to go, the tires still feel decent, but it's not gonna stay like that. And basically the whole race I was thinking, if we want to get to the end, or if we want to get points this race, as we're now up to P6 of the Newf in the Alpha and Harrison in the Alpha Tower pit as well for soft tires, so they will be really quick as well. They will come at us. And yeah, even at this point, I am thinking that if we want to get points, if we want to keep this P6, so we're probably not even going to keep P6 because the soft tire runners are going to come after us. You can see the tires are not looking great, and we're on lap 23. There's like 14 laps to go, and the tires are already had enough. Well, not had enough because the grip was still decent. But yeah, I was getting worried at this point. Lap 23, end of lap 23 even. You can see we're already being called into the pits, but we are having none of it. Dunk is exiting the pits on soft tires. I believe we're going to get past him, but he's going to overtake us anyway, because on the softs. We get our first track limits penalty of this race on lap 24. We get in front of Dunk, who has gone onto the soft tires, but he will come at us really quickly. You won't even believe. And now lap 26, end of lap 26. And as I said, Dunk is right behind us on his fresh soft tires, and there's no point fighting this. We're P5. If we give this place up, we're going to be P6. And if we can nurse the tires to the end, which is still 10 laps to go at this point, yeah, I didn't see a point to fight this Red Bull as we let him sort of go. We are just thinking maybe if we could hang in the DRS something, we can, you know, save tires and chill behind him or something. As we do get DRS onto this second straight. And there, even at this point, I was having massive discussions in my head, like, pit or not? Because there's no way I'm going to get back in the points if I do pit on the softs. Sure, we'll be fast, but we are nowhere near going to be, we're not going to be anywhere near points. End of lap 27, we are still within a second of the Red Bull in front. We didn't get DRS onto the main straight, but we will get DRS again onto this straight. That's how decent our hard tyre pace was. We could keep up with a soft tyre runner, and the other soft tyre runners behind us haven't even caught us up. So it's all looking decent for us. If only we could get these tyres to the end. And well, now Dunk is going to get away from our DRS, so you know that's enough for that. Jeff is calling us into the pits yet again because our tyres are going off at this point. And now, end of lap 29, I think you're gonna see our tyres are nearing puncture territory. Basically at this point, I started feeling these weird vibrations in my controller that usually occur when your tyres are that worn that you will get a puncture in the next like few laps. And there's still 7 laps to go. There's still 7 laps to go. So at this point I've had enough, 7 laps to go, we'll try something special on the soft tyres. So we pit, we even speed to the pit, so that's another 5-second penalty for us. So basically at this point I'm just going for pride, I don't know, try a fast lap or something. But we are not getting to the end of this race on hard tyres. As you can see, we are last of the runners, P11 in this race. And we are just having to hope for a miracle to, well, one, catch up, which I believe we can do, but we need to pull enough of a gap, so the penalties that we have, 8 seconds for now, that they wouldn't hinder a race. We even hit the wall on pit exit, but somehow we didn't get any damage from that. We are now with a massive, massive task to catch up to the cars in front of us, who, again, I think we can do, and we are now going for our fastest lap of this race. At this point, I was also thinking, you know, our fastest lap could be decent as well, if we could pull it off, because like the level in this league is pretty decent, and even, you know, if you pit onto the soft tyres, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a fast lap. As you can see, we're purple through sector 1. We are catching the cars in front, but one thing is to catch, one thing is to overtake, but we do not have enough laps left to pull a gap, so we would actually keep our positions, because we have the most amount of penalties, bar none. So like, even if we do catch and overtake, we need to get like a 5+ second gap to keep the position. We are still on board this lap because it's going to be our fast lap of this race. Obviously on new soft tyres at the end of the race we are quick, but like, it's all more likely going for pride, nothing else, as we are now, yeah, just ending the lap, rich mix and overtake modes onto the main straight. We are catching cars in front really, really rapidly, and we do get the fast lap of the race for now, but you know, there's no guarantee that no one else is trying to go for a fast lap by the end of the race, as we got another track limit penalty. We are now on 11 seconds, so basically we can't get any points this race. We get past a teammate on track, but they have way less penalties than we do. We need 6 seconds to our 8 seconds to our teammate to keep at least P10. This is now the fun part for us technically, because we are starting to catch the 3 cars in front that we were battling for the final points playing positions. And well, they are no competition to us on fresh set of tyres. You can see we don't even have our fastest lap anymore, so that's gone as well. We are now rich mix and DRS and overtake mode, getting past Fabio for P9, but again, we are not going to keep this position. It's hopeless really for us unless we get 8 seconds to our teammate. We are now 2 laps to go, and you know, at this point I'm just going for pride, like all I can do, which is basically nothing. And now we are on the final lap, on the final straight, and we did catch up the same Ferrari we had the incident with in the beginning of the race. And I just wanted to pass him on the track. We're having a Hamilton v Gasly moment over the line. We do get him on the track, but it's not enough. And we drop as a rock with the penalties, and we finish P11. Last of the finishers. Not what I wanted from this race. Definitely not what I wanted for this race. But, I mean, that incident really ruined the race there. But, I mean, I think that was partially on us as well. It was like a Verstappen knock-on moment in 2018. But, I mean, actually 4th position. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this race. I hope you enjoyed. Next video will be in HLF1. That's it from me, and goodbye.